engage with professional discussion than as a leader.
Exactly.
Yeah, so your time is engaged in professional discussion,
Right.
not in the technical aspects.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of front loading them, saying like when you come to this meeting, we want to make sure that you've prepared and that you've got that done. And we found that for the most part, people did. In the beginning of some sessions, they're like, hey, if you didn't get a chance to look at that, or if you need to review it, why don't you do that now? And just to re-jog the memory if it happened a while ago, or to give some of those people a chance to look at it the first time they run into things like that. But again, just kind of work with what you can.
So this last area here, I'm sorry, I don't know if you're ready for questions yet or not.
No, go
Are
ahead.
you done?
Yeah, no,
The
it's a
last
discussion.
area says
Yeah.
meet applies to knowledge and content. How did that look for you guys? Obviously, it's, like my site, we have professional development for staff members once a week. So how does that look for you? Like, what did you do with that?
And that's exactly, we're in the same situation. So we have weekly meetings, and they're not all designated for tech, so we get only 2 to 3 times per year. But in that it was the same thing. So in that session, we make sure that when you're coming to the session, that you either have had watched it, so that when you're meeting with your teams, you can now say, oh, these units are things that we're doing. This is how we might be able to implement this, or depending on the skill, or it might be this is the skill that we've looked at. Are there any questions about this so that you can feel comfortable in your skill level so that you're ready to move on to the next, so that it was still personalized in that sense.
Okay. So a little bit, I'm just like, did you ever have them bring in lesson plans to say how can they implement it into this lesson, or?
That was more of like a grassroots, like coming from them. So when they were on their own, we tried to have someone there in a context that could say, yes, this might work, or to try to provide them with support, but that was more left up to the teams to say they know the content as well as they do, that the tech specialists or the curriculum, curriculum should know, may not know that. So it was kind of like, you own it, you have your content, how can you use these things in your own